what's up, what's up? Shane Rain Gaming hitting you with another one. Help your boy out by hitting that like button. Now let's get into it. By now we've all seen or heard about Rosario Leonardi, a principal graphics engineer at Sony Interactive Entertainment Europe, whose private DMs about PS5 architecture got leaked, which has ignited a spark on whether PS5 is based off of RDNA 1 or RDNA 2. Rosario has since clarified, stating that PS5 is indeed based off of RDNA 2, but we are not going to focus on his follow-up messages, as those could be seen as damage control. We are going to examine Exhibit A and see where it takes us. We are not focusing on the highlighted parts, we are just focusing on the important parts of this statement. I know you are curious, but I am legally binded to say nothing that is not already public. As you may know, PS5's architecture is between RDNA 1 and RDNA 2 with some unique bits. Even PS4 Pro was a weird hybrid between GCN2 and GCN4. This is the part of the message I'd like to draw your attention to. I am legally binded to say nothing that is not already public. So does that mean that information that the architecture is between RDNA 1 and RDNA 2 public knowledge? And if so, when did Sony make this public? To investigate this further, we need to go all the way back to the Road to PS5 demo. As to my knowledge, this is the only time that PlayStation talked about PS5 architecture. So let's listen to what Uncle Mark has to say on the matter.
Before I get into the capabilities of the GPU, I'd like to make clear 2 points that can be quite confusing. First, we have a custom AMD GPU based on their RDNA 2 technology. What does that mean? AMD is continuously improving and revising their tech. For RDNA 2, their goals were, roughly speaking, to reduce power consumption by re-architecting the GPU to put data close to where it's needed, to optimize the GPU for performance, and to add a new, more advanced feature set. But that feature set is malleable, which is to say that we have our own needs for PlayStation, and that can factor into what the AMD roadmap becomes. So collaboration is born.
Before we continue, we need to determine what is meant by computer architecture. Computer architecture, as defined by Technopedia, is a specification detailing how software and hardware technology standards interact to form a computer system or platform. In short, a computer architecture refers to how a computer system is designed and what technologies it is capable with. I find that last part of that definition to be really telling. Not what technologies it has or features it has, but what it is capable with. So PS5 is capable of mesh shaders. It doesn't need to have mesh shaders. See where I'm going with this? But let's dive a little deeper. So according to Uncle Mark, PS5 is based off of RDNA 2 architecture. The goals of RDNA 2? To reduce power consumption by redesigning the GPU to put data close to where it's needed, optimize for performance, and to add a new advanced feature set. What we need to take into account is that the feature set is malleable. What does it mean to be malleable? Well, different companies have different needs. That is, they require specific features in their operations. In case you don't understand what is being said here, the feature set on a RDNA 2 GPU is flexible, meaning it can vary from company to company and still be RDNA 2. Following me so far? This brings us to the interactive part of the video. All you guys need to do is repeat after me. You guys ready? Here we go. Not because PlayStation chose to incorporate a few RDNA 1 features into their console's GPU means that PlayStation's GPU is RDNA 1 or less than RDNA 2. Is that clear? Did everyone understand that? Yo, fanboys at the back, you guys got that?
You're lying. Let me see.
Really? You know what? You fanboys would not know the truth if it hit y'all in the face. The features you guys are making a fuss over has not been confirmed, true, but they've not been denied by Sony either. So why the hell do you guys have to spread such false information? You have fanboy YouTubers like D-Batch just spewing nonsense to the masses. Do some research, man, before you put that out there for people to consume. It takes 2 to 3 years to develop a chipset, so that notion that ray tracing was added on to compete with Microsoft is utter nonsense. Just verbal diarrhea being put out to the masses to appease a fanboy's delusions. If YouTube would allow, there are a few choice words I would like to say to these fanboy content creators.
Can I say a bad word? Can I say a bad word? You
Where were we? Let me put this in a way that you fanboys can understand. This is how ridiculous this argument is. A Series X running an Xbox One game, does that make it less of a Series X? Or a better example would be, we know that the Xbox Series X is going to use the same UI that is on the Xbox Series One. Does that mean that the Xbox Series X is Gen 8? Or a hybrid between Gen 8 and 9? Well, if that's the case, shouldn't the Xbox Series X be Gen 6, still sporting AA batteries? Microsoft has to be in partnership with Energizer. It keeps going and going. Okay, enough shots at Microsoft, but you get the point. The notion that a product is inferior than the gen or architecture it is based on due to having last gen features is ridiculous and the fanboy's delusion. If anything, you would expect those features to run better due to improved performance in the current gen's GPU. What we have here is a feature discrepancy, not a generational discrepancy between RDNA 1 and RDNA 2. One company went for innovation and creativity, and one chose to play it a little safer, going with the normal standard. One is trying to appeal to the masses by being generic, and frankly they need to after this generation. The other wants to stand out with its creativity and innovation. There are pros and cons to both approaches. At the end of the day, it comes down to whose approach appeals to you most as a consumer. As for myself, I'm leaning towards the creativity and the innovation of the PS5. When it's all said and done, if innovation and creativity appeals to you, choose a PS5. If you rather the power, sacrificing some of that creativity and innovation, go with an Xbox. Whatever you decide, nothing but love for all my gamers out there. Let me know in the comments below which console you'll be repping this holiday season. We have come to the end of another one. If you liked the video, don't be shy, hit that like button. If you would like to support the channel, it's easy. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Be safe out there. Wash your hands, respect one another, and remember, pay attention to facts, not fanboys. Shane Rain out.